Hi, fight fans, and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're doing well. Today, let's talk about Shane Mosley, Sugar Shane Mosley. Now, back in the mid 1990s to round about the mid to late 2000s, Sugar Shane Mosley was without doubt one of the best fighters in world boxing, and was definitely one of my favourite fighters at that time. Blessed with a number of outstanding attributes. You're talking about blinding hand speed, good foot speed, great athleticism, punching power, bravery, toughness, heart, chin, you name it, he had it. Capped off with what I would say was a very charismatic personality and a big smile, which made him very popular with a lot of boxing fans, including myself. He appeared to have it all, even the name, Sugar Shane Mosley. They had that ring about it, Sugar Shane Mosley, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. The guy was absolutely at the top of his game, and he appeared to have everything. He even had his own brand of boxing. I remember he christened his style of boxing. He called it power boxing, and a lot of people were taken with it. Had a great career, won titles at lightweight, welterweight, light middleweight. I mean, especially when he was a lightweight, I think he was tearing a sort of new one right through the division. I think he won the title, and I think he made 5 defenses, all by knockout, before stepping up to welterweight. So he had an outstanding career. I mean, he had a professional career in the end, something like 61 fights, 49 wins, 41 of those by KO, 10 losses, one draw, one no contest. And he announced his official retirement from boxing back in 2017. Great fighter, inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2020. So, as you can see there, an outstanding career, something like 30 years all in all. Fought everybody of note during his time as a pro. I mean, there's a real who's who list of great fighters. I think Floyd Mayweather he fought, Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, whom he beat twice, Canelo Alvarez, Vernon Forrest. I remember he fought Vernon Forrest in New York. I actually flew out to New York for that fight because I've got some friends and relatives in New York, and I remember I timed my vacation in order that I could watch that fight out in New York against Vernon Forrest. Ricardo Mayorga, he fought Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarito, Fernando Vargas. He fought Ronald Winky Wright. I think he fought him twice. I mean, Mosley's fought pretty much everybody that was around at that time. And his legacy was denoted by exactly that, willing to fight everyone. He had an exciting style, skilled, many, many championship wins. So, yeah, I mean, listen, Shane Mosley was that guy. You know what I mean? He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch. Like I said, very highly thought of and appeared to be a really good guy. That being said, though, I think it's fair to say that over the years, and certainly since he's retired, Shane Mosley's career has been marked by some significant out the ring issues. Such issues include steroid and ped use, a tumultuous love life, as to be said, a contentious divorce, money issues, and a stubborn refusal to embrace retirement, causing him to, engage in what I would say is embarrassing and humiliating comebacks, which have done nothing to further his reputation. But let's start with the ped use, because I think that's where a lot of things started to go wrong for Shane Mosley. Back in 2007, I think it was, and the infamous Balco scandal. So just a little backdrop on the Balco scandal. So the Balco scandal took place around about the mid 2000s, and that was basically there was a lot of top sportsmen from different sports that were caught up in some big scandal whereby they were being given like designer peds, and it got all there was somebody snitched on the operation and it got blown wide open. And it was found that many athletes from different sports were being supplied with these drugs that would enhance their performance and they wouldn't get caught with it. And Sugar Shane Mosley's name came up in that. And there was a big investigation at the time, massive. It was a massive deal. People were having to give testimonies under oath. Now, Shane Mosley got caught up in it. I don't know how, but he was caught up in it. His name came up. and he testified that he took steroids unknowingly. He said that he took steroids unknowingly whilst preparing for his 2003 fight with Oscar De La Hoya. It was a rematch. Shane Mosley had won the first fight. I think it was in 2000 he won that first fight. They fought again. Yeah, so he said under oath that he unknowingly took steroids. He said he had no idea what he was taking. And he actually said that he was pressured into taking the drugs by his strength and conditioning coach. And he denied any intentions of trying to cheat. Now, he gave that testimony. A lot of people didn't believe him. I didn't believe him. I thought, nah. Number one, there's that jeopardy rule. What goes into your body is your responsibility. Secondly, I could not believe that a guy like Shane Mosley would take things and not at least question what he was being provided with. So I didn't believe it. I thought it was very wishy-washy defense. And Victor Conte, who was the supplier, the notorious Victor Conte, the founder of Balco, he testified on oath that he gave Mosley steroids and EPO as part of a doping regimen that he had provided to Mosley before the fight. And Victor Conte said not only did Mosley know what he was taking, that he was a willing participant. And I repeat that, a willing participant. And I've got to say, from my personal point of view, I felt so let down by Shane Mosley. I really did. I thought, you know what? I can't look at this guy in the same light again as I did previously. So yeah, I mean, that was one of the first instances when I started to doubt Shane Mosley as a person. And yeah, ever since then, I could never look at the guy in the same light ever again. But that was that. Then there was Shane Mosley's bitter divorce and domestic issues. I mean, in 2011, I think it was, Shane Mosley became embroiled in a very messy and bitter divorce from his ex-wife, Gin, which involved significant financial and personal disputes. I mean, to cut a long story short, Gin Mosley took him to the cleaners financially. She even managed to, I don't know how she did this, but as part of the divorce settlement, she managed to get 3 of his championship belts. I don't know how she managed to do that, but I remember thinking at the time, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, though, that divorce left Shane Mosley financially out of pocket. And it was very messy with the two of them going back and forth in public. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs and the whys and wherefores, but let's just say it was a very messy divorce. And following the divorce, it is said that Mosley started to experience severe financial issues, which resulted in him reportedly failing to make child support payments for apparently nearly a year. And that led to a court order requiring him to pay several hundreds of £1,000s in arrears. When I say several hundred thousand, I think the figure was about 180,000, I heard. But that's still a hell of a lot of money in arrears. In addition, he had tax issues at that time. I think he was ordered to pay money towards that. The figure that I'm hearing was about $80,000. Again, a hell of a lot of money. So yeah, apparently that left him at pretty low ebb financially. There were reports that Mosley was broke around about this time and that he was effectively homeless and living in his ex-wife's basement. I don't know how true that is, but that was a rumor that was going around. And in addition to all of that, Shane Mosley, like a lot of ex-professional boxers, is struggling to come to terms with retirement. I mean, he retired in 2017. He said at the time that he was due to complications with elbow surgery, but he never truly embraced retirement. Constantly, you could hear him talking about coming back, and since then, he's engaged in pointless and embarrassing exhibition bouts, which, let's be honest, that kind of thing should be beneath a fighter of Shane Mosley's status in the game. And I've got to be honest, man, they make him look rather desperate and somewhat pitiful. And he had one of those such exhibitions at the O2 in London recently when he took on Matt Floyd, who is an Australian social media influencer. I think he's some ex-biker or ex-gang member, now plying his trade as a part-time boxer. He's about 20 odd years younger than Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley is now 53 years old, and I didn't watch it. I saw clips of it, but I mean, I couldn't sit through and watch that. But basically, what I saw was Shane Mosley being like pushed around the ring, pummeled up against the ropes, and going on to lose a fight in an exhibition to a guy like 20 years his junior or maybe more. A guy that, let's be honest, he wouldn't even have been good enough to be used as a sparring partner in Shane Mosley's heyday. And here he is now, some 20 odd years later, like I said, bullying Shane Mosley around the ring, pummeling him up against the ropes. Embarrassing. And you would have thought that Shane Mosley, after these kind of experiences, because it's not the first time he's gone in there and embarrassed himself like this. You would have thought that he would have called time on it. No, not Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley's talking about a rematch with Matt Floyd. He's talking about taking on Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao recently launched a comeback. Shane Mosley's talking about having a fight with him. I mean, what a sad state of affairs, man. I mean, so it would appear then that Shane Mosley has gone full circle. He's become a parody of what he once was, in my opinion. I mean, even like, I'm trying not to be too disrespectful here, but you can't help but notice these things. So even if you look at Shane Mosley's appearance nowadays, you know that he doesn't look right, bro. He just doesn't. His face looks all puffy and swollen. He often looks a bit disheveled, if you ask me. He certainly doesn't look anywhere near as sharp as he used to look. His speech has become noticeably slurred and heavy and thick. It's sad, man. I mean, and that's a sure sign that CTE is starting to set in. Brain damage is apparent. I've got to say these things. And yet, Shane Mosley is calling out Manny Pacquiao. He's calling out social media influencers. He's getting into unnecessary beefs with fighters like Devin Haney. I mean, he was training Devin Haney for one of Devin's recent fights. I think it was the fight against Ramirez. Apparently, Shane Mosley was somebody that Devin Haney had looked up to in the past. He brought him into his training team. The fight didn't go well. I mean, Devin won the fight, but he didn't fight well. He did too much moving. He was accused of running. Now, Shane Mosley was part of that training team. And after the fight, Shane Mosley publicly came out and criticized Devin Haney. So yeah, those two have gone back and forth. And now Shane Mosley's calling out Devin Haney for a fight. I mean, desperate, man. Like, bro, like, you were once that guy. Like, the fall from grace of some of these boxers, man, it's just sad. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm doing this video and I'm trying not to be too disrespectful, but I just can't help but say that the guy's just gone so far down in my estimations that it's a shame. It really is. Yet another ex-fighter that has refused to grow gracefully and simply can't leave it alone. But yeah, that's all from me. Sugar Shane Mosley, from one of my heroes to now a person that is zero, to be honest with you. And it's sad. It really is. But anyway, that's all from me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.